First, it's kind of been taught to me since I was young that religion and politics aren't topics you should speak about in mixed company, much less in public. It's old school. I get it. Now, that's not to say when I was in my young teenage years or young adult years, I didn't enter into any conversations, but they were usually safe in the sense that the people who were having the conversations were open and curious about the topic. Now, that didn't always mean we were affiliated with the same party. Now, it might be a little curious to you why those two topics were always taboo. And if you're not a Gen Xer and not an American, it might not make sense to you. But I feel like I can say this with pretty good confidence. In the 90s, we already kind of knew what was going on, and that a lot of the things we were seeing with government wasn't really about protecting us as a generation. Now, that might be my snarky, grungy, chick from the 90s point of view, but that was kind of the sentiment. We were back then talking about $1 trillion deficit and going into wars that didn't make sense to us back then even. In 1991 is when I graduated high school, and that's when we went into the Gulf War. As I got older, I wanted to be in politics. I was interested in the government and political science anyhow. When I was young, I worked for a local politician. That's where the love affair started. So right here, I want to say, I can't keep going without talking about my party affiliation. And of course, that makes me extremely nervous. I am more on the side of the Democratic parties. I see myself as a social democrat, more liberal. I like to think that coming together for communities on behalf of all of members of the community makes more sense to me. I realize over the last 20 to 30 years, by saying what party you're with, you lose friends.